Hello everyone, good morning. This is Waris Karim again. This time I'm gonna do some problem solving from Job Costing, Chapter 2 of Garrison textbook. The reason I am doing this is that in my Accounting 219 Managerial Accounting class, I've noticed that many of you have not attempted the problem solving exercise yet. So I thought, let me go over some of the problems and explain to you how to approach those problems. These are really, still, I would say, easier problems. But I don't mean to underestimate the difficulty or underestimate the challenge to first-time users, the first-time problem solvers of managerial accounting. I hope you can hear me. Okay. It may be there may be some external noise here, surrounding noise, but I'll try my best. Okay, so let me go to say, let me give an overview of all the problems. There are 9 problems in that quiz, and most of them involve a calculation and application of a predetermined overhead rate. Okay, and almost all the problems asked requires you to calculate the cost of the job, and then some of them want you to find out the unit cost. That if this is the total job cost, and if the job involves like 20 units, then what is the cost per unit? So how do you do this? In my job costing video, I've shown you that the job cost, the total cost of a job, is the sum total of labor cost, material cost, and overhead, manufacturing overhead. That's the manufacturing cost. It's not the cost of goods sold, because that before we get to cost of goods sold, we have a few other costs, sometimes non-manufacturing. So let's non-manufacturing ones are not part of cost of goods sold, but at least let's get to the total manufacturing cost, the cost of manufacturing those units. All right, so what do you see is that they gave us the material cost. Sometimes some problems say that when the company has 2 manufacturing departments or 2 processing departments, so they added material to both the departments. So add the 2 material costs. There you'll see the 2 labor costs in the 2 departments. So add the 2 labor costs, and then there will be manufacturing overhead. But before you get to manufacturing overhead application, they want you to calculate, to compute the predetermined overhead rate. So predetermined overhead rate is simple. As we told you that it is total estimated overhead for the whole period divided by a denominator. Denominator is an allocation base. So it is usually machine hour or labor hour. And in one of the problems I noticed it is the labor cost, labor dollars. So, and another thing these problems have introduced is the variable manufacturing overhead cost. So variable manufacturing overhead cost per hour is given. So if we know the variable cost or variable overhead manufacturing cost per hour, then our total is this. You can see over here, the predetermined overhead rate is equal to variable overhead plus fixed overhead divided by the denominator. So you don't need to calculate the total variable overhead for the year or for the period. Variable overhead is also already given. Variable overhead per labor hour or per machine hour is already given. So use that, plus divide the fixed component of the overhead, the fixed element of the overhead, by total number of hours or whatever denominator they want you to use, usually 2 at best. Machine hour or labor hour. So let's go to one of the problems. I'd like us to now see problem number 9, maybe straight away. And problem number 9. Well, unfortunately, I can't see the problem yet, but I'll come with the second part of the video in a moment. But please, let's stop here, and I'll get to the problem and then come back into the video. All right, thank you for that moment. Let's stop recording, and bye for now.